Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. It's time for the finish line with Bree Marie and James Roland. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Welcome into the finish line, race fans, on 93.7 The Ticket. You can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, the Allo Channel 961, and anywhere that you get your podcast the next day. I'm James Roland. We are virtually Bree Marie-less today. She's going to be commenting in, but had a couple other commitments that she needed to take care of. So today, we're actually going to venture away from the engines a little bit, and we are going to talk about a little bit of pedal power, joined with a couple competitors and the director from Star City BMX. Josh Larson's in the house. Scott Hawley and Eli Hawley are joining me tonight. And, of course, this show is brought to you by our fine partner, Stern Company, for all of your lubricants, everything that you need to keep your vehicles up and running down the road. Look no further than Stern Co. And we're also represented by Eagle Raceway, a place that I've been known to spend just a little bit of time at. Eagle Raceway every Saturday night, 10 money-saving minutes east of Lincoln. You can check out 5 big classes of IMCA weekly racing action every Saturday night, plus the specials that we've got going on, especially coming up here Labor Day weekend for the 14th annual Race Saver Nationals, something like that. Well, before I get the year wrong and Racing messages me angrily, let's go into the race roundup, because it was kind of a hectic week for me. I kicked it off last, I guess, 2 Sunday nights ago at Columbus, and then we rolled into Sunday night over at Boone County Raceway for the Tanner Pelster Memorial. I know we're getting a little bit dated here, but unfortunately, I was at the Tanner Pelster last Sunday night, so I couldn't make the show. But picking up the win, $10,111 goes to Ricky Thornton Jr. in the IMCA stock cars, and Bradley Graham picked up a $3,111 to win payday in the hobby stocks for the Tanner Pelster Memorial at Boone County Raceway. And then Monday night rolled over to Beatrice Speedway for the Joey Herget Memorial, another incredible large paying show. That was the most fans I've seen at Beatrice Speedway in a long, long time. It made me feel like a kid again. I know Scott spent some time over at Beatrice growing up, so packed grandstands were something that we grew up on, and it was so refreshing to see that. Your winners on Monday night in the modifieds, Ricky Thornton Jr. picked up the win. In the stock cars, it was actually a split stage deal, so 2 complete features with a 3-minute pit stop in the middle. Ricky Thornton Jr. picked up the win in the first one, and Braden Carter picked up the win in the second stage. Your sport mods were picked up. I was kind of wondering how I was going to tiptoe around this, but your race leader was actually disqualified for an illegal wheelbase. Now, with this being an out-of-the-ordinary kind of special, he was only docked 2 spots, which I still believe was like a $1,000, $1,200 payday, so not the worst time to get in a little bit of trouble. So Jake Sacco awarded the $2,000 top prize. Hobby Stocks and Sport Compacts was won by Dylan Richards, and we'll talk a little bit more about him as the week goes on. And then Thursday, I should probably start off with congratulating my cohort in the announcer's booth, Dan Taylor, and his wife, Sarah, welcomed their daughter, Scarlett Jo, 4 weeks early into the world on Tuesday. So I'll be hanging out down at US 30 Speedway. Hopefully Bree's ready to rock and roll this Thursday and get back in action. Did see her for a little bit. Unfortunately, not the night that the 33B was looking for, but you kind of got to lick your wounds and move on from that one. I apologize. I don't have the makeup feature winners from June 19th. But picking up the win, it was Greg Schutz in the Gatra cars. Late models was won by Corey Dumpert. Hobby stocks was Travis Landauer. Sport mods, Spencer Galloway. And in an absolute banger of a stock car feature, Jeff Ware picked up the win. And then back to Beatrice on Friday night. Guys, it was kind of a long week. Your compacts and hobby stocks, shocker, perfect week for Dylan Richards. Kicked it off on Monday, wrapped it up Friday, doing the same thing. Sport mods, Tyler Nayrud got his vengeance from Monday night, picked up the win. In your stock cars, it was Kyle Vanover and Jordan Grabowski picked up the win in your modifieds. And then it was back to Eagle Raceway on Saturday night. Another great show. Dan was gone, so I got to call the races with somebody a little bit different. Big thank you to Dalton Janicek, the former voice of the United Rebels Sprint Series, came up and hung out with us. And if he had half as much fun as I did, he's going to be begging to come back, which I told him was the goal at the beginning of the night. Your winners in the stock car, Mason Richards. Tyler Hendrickson picked up the win in the sprint cars, first-time main event winner, so congratulations to the 14T and the team. Another first-time winner, Aiden Floyd in your sport mods. Modifieds were won by Sean Harker, and hobby stocks, if anybody had to guess, it was Dylan Richards. So that's enough of that. Rolling right in here. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we're actually joined with a bunch of BMX riders. Eli, I want to start off by talking to you a little bit. I understand this is your first year doing the BMX stuff.
Yes, it is. So this is like the fourth month I've done BMX, and it's been really fun. And
what was it that kind of made you want to get into this? Like, I mean, kids, you've loved riding bikes for as long as I can remember. I mean, one of your birthdays, you got like 4.
So my friend from school, he actually does this, but he hasn't showed up for a while. But I figured out it's fun on my own.
Is that why you've been winning so much? Because your friend didn't show up?
I don't know.
All right. Let's talk to your dad a little bit. Scott, is this something, I mean, obviously we kind of go way back since before Eli's time,
Yes, sir.
but I know that you jumped into the BMX world this year. Is that something that you had started out when you were young, or did you just jump in as something to kind of do with your son?
No, I seen that they had an open house this year, and I spoke with Josh. He said, yeah, you ought to come check it out. And it was really just for Eli. And Eli asked me when I was signing him up, and there was about 4 parents standing around us. And he said, Dad, are you going to do this with me?
Oh, he peer pressured you.
Yep.
So did any of the other parents in the group decide to join in too?
I tell you what, there's what, 4 or 5 new riders that we see pretty regularly
In the adult division?
in the adult classes. Yep. And there's a bunch of new kids too.
All right. That's great to hear. I mean, Star City BMX, anytime that I was out at Oak Lake growing up, I mean, it's not something that my parents wouldn't let me do, but we just didn't have the time commitment that it took when I was a kid. But I always remember really wanting to do that. And like Jared Dieterding, when I was hanging out with him, I know that he started out doing the BMX stuff. So
Yeah, I did.
a lot of our people at the regular Saturday night dirt tracks got their starts, you know, before the go-kart craze that has came on now, where kids are starting to race karts at 4 and 5 years old. Back in the day, BMX was what you had. That was your entry to competition. And I think we can touch with Josh a little bit on that, because you've been around. Your name's kind of been synonymous with Star City BMX for quite a long time. And I understand that you do a lot to help get these kids up and rolling.
Yeah. So I've been in the sport for about 22 years. I've been track operator for about 13 years now. So yeah, I've been around for a hot minute, you can say.
What was it that got you started in it?
So I actually grew up at Eagle with just along with you guys. All my stepdad, Randy Fuller, and our uncle Marvin raced modified stuff and sprint cars. So yeah, I grew up at Eagle, and when I found out about BMX, it was kind of my way to kind of race. And my uncle Marvin kind of quit racing after 2003. In 2004, we stumbled upon the BMX track and started racing bikes, and me and my sister did, and we kind of never stopped. So we traveled all over the world just racing bikes.
How old were you when you got started doing that?
I was about 11.
All right. I was going to say, I know we're all kind of somewhere similar in age. So 2004, that checks out.
Yep.
And you're not telling on yourself too much. So what kind of responsibilities and roles come along with being the track director out at Star City BMX?
Quite a bit. I have a great crew of board members and everything that really put on a lot of work. But I kind of just oversee everything and kind of make sure everything's going the way it should be. Keep the train on the rails, I guess. It's kind of my job nowadays. When I first took it on, we had a lot smaller of a group, and there was a lot more tasks, and a lot more things to do, and keeping the track up to par and doing behind the scenes stuff. But now we have a board of like 15 people that just
Holy
great.
cow.
Yeah, we got a great volunteer group now, and
ton of volunteers.
yeah, it took a long time to build the atmosphere that we have now. But I always say, like, all we're trying to do on Sunday is imitate what you guys do at Eagle on Saturday. That's what we grew up doing. We love it. So we just tried to imitate it a little bit and have our own little fun.
That's always been something special about Eagle that you don't find at every racetrack that you go to. And that's, it's kind of unfortunate that not every track holds that kind of an atmosphere. But like talking with your grandpa, Eli, he just keeps telling me every week when he comes over after golf, man, you got to get out there. They have so much time. They're playing good rock and roll music and all this stuff. It sounds like you get a little rowdy on the mic over there, Josh.
Yeah, I try to.
Well, good. I like the sound of that. It's good to see that people are having fun, and it's definitely a family-oriented deal with you guys doing it for all ages. What's your oldest rider right now?
Oh, we got some in our 60s.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and they don't hold back either. They put on a show.
Man,
let me tell you, it gets a little sketchy in the corners, but
that guy won by inches today.
Yeah, we had a local rider, Rod Edwards, in the higher expert class. I mean, or intermediate class. He put on a good show. There was about 4 or 5 of them in the 51 to 55 class, I think, today.
Holy cow!
And they were slicing and dicing through the corners, and we're like, whoa! It was kind of hard to announce. I'm like, don't wreck, stay up, hold on, just make it.
So, what does a guy like me need if I was to want to go ahead and give this a try?
Able body.
Able body.
Yeah, we have loaner bikes, loaner helmets, everything.
Oh, you should have told me that.
Yeah, that's how these two got started. We get motor bikes and helmets and everything, and within like the next day, Scott was messaging me and like, "Hey, what do you think of this bike? What do you think? What should I go get a helmet?" And yeah, you got in pretty deep pretty quick.
We went to Cycle Works for a helmet and walked out with the bike.
Oh yeah, that sounds like Scott Hawley.
Yep,
we did that one summer with a boat.
Oh yeah.
About 50 times that summer.
Yeah. I was talking to your dad yesterday about how much fun we had on that. And it's like, man, I think I put $3,000 on my credit card that summer in fuel. And he's like, yeah, I think I did about the same. So
Funny thing that you guys were talking about, he was actually talking about it to me actually too.
About the boat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was good times.
All right. That's the next thing that Scott's got to get. He's got to get a boat. But unfortunately, like me, as you get older, the time just kind of goes away.
I don't know. We're buying bikes now. So we got him a bike that fits him today. Today was his first time on it. He rode in a clinic this morning that was put on by a couple pros. He was ready to go after that.
Eli, tell us a little bit about the clinics. How does that work? And man, you've had a long day today. You started out with a clinic, you raced, you probably got some supper, and now you're here.
Yeah, pretty much. So what did you want me to talk about again?
Tell me a little bit about kind of what goes into these clinics.
Oh, the clinics? Yeah, there are some really good people there. Usually like pros or experts. They make it really fun, and you can do them just like anywhere, pretty much. Just gotta travel to them.
All right. So speaking of travel, Scott, I assume you're getting ready to start putting some miles on your vehicle. And Josh, can you tell us a little bit more about some of the other travel shows that you've got going on? I want to say, let me see if I can mess this up, but Dieterding used to tell me about like nationals in Oklahoma.
Yep. So we have there's basically a national somewhere in the country every weekend from January till November.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and what Deer Ding was talking about, I actually grew up racing with Deer
okay.
Ding. So, there's the Grand Nationals are held down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is over Thanksgiving weekend. It's in the Tulsa Expo Center, same place where the Chili Bowl is.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times.
So we're just there like a month before that, and that's pretty much like the mecca of BMX. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of people.
Man, the pit area being so crowded at the Chili Bowl, I can only imagine the vast amount of space with a BMX show.
Yeah, and then the growth of BMX. When I first started BMX, like we fill about half that space, and now you can't walk in there. It's so compacted.
Man, that is wild. What are some traveling stuff that you guys do around here?
So we have a lot of, like, local series. A lot of people travel down to Kansas City or to Kansas, Iowa, Minnesota. There's a lot of big races up there usually. There's actually was a national in Colorado this weekend that we had about a handful of riders go to.
What's your normal, I know that talking off mic, this is something that's kind of grown around the area. What would you guess your rider count is on a typical Sunday?
On an average Sunday, we're anywhere from about 70 to 90 riders typically. And even today we had like 75 or so. And we had quite a few people gone today, and we still had about 75 riders.
That is crazy. So it really is kind of like Eagle. Even on a down night, it's still a pretty good night. I mean, last night we had people running with the Malvern Bank 360 series. There were a couple people traveling to other shows. I want to say it was pretty close to our lowest car count of the year, and we still had 140 cars at Eagle Raceway. If you haven't been out there yet, make sure you get there. It's only 10 money-saving miles east of Lincoln for great family entertainment every Saturday night. And then Sunday, make sure you head over to Star City BMX. That's just incredible, man. Getting 75 riders on a slow day.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We actually saw like a huge boom during COVID. Imagine that.
Well, I heard they sold a lot of bikes in that time.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, everybody kind of got into it. Everybody wanted to exercise, and I can't really think of a better way to get some exercise over riding a bike. You know, I used to ride my bike 6 miles to and 6 miles from work every single day. And then I got a driver's license. And now I ride my bike when I need something from the corner gas station.
See, when I got my driver's license, I can drive places to ride my bike.
Right. Well, speaking of riding bikes, I think we're going to pedal into our first break here. You are listening to The Finish Line on 93.7 The Ticket.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
What do you look for when searching for a plumbing company? Integrity, positive customer reviews? Are they insured and fully licensed? How about a company that has all three? Deals Plumbing in Lincoln is your go-to certified plumbing company that can help you fix anything from leaks to clogs, water heaters, and more. Give Deals Plumbing a call today at 402-525-7311, or you can visit Deals Plumbing online at dealsplumbing.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Tune in to live coverage of Big Ten Media Days from the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, July 22nd through 24th on 93.7 The Ticket. Join Derek Pearson, Jay Foreman, Nick Sainert, and Austin Orman as they bring you exclusive conversations with Big Ten coaches, players, and sports media professionals while getting you ready for the upcoming college football season. Big Ten Media Days coverage is presented by Advanced Medical Imaging, Stevenson Smith Construction, Currency, Warhorse Casino, Gary Michaels Clothiers, and League One Volleyball.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Back to the finish line with Bree Marie and James Roland on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the finish line, race fans, on 93.7 The Ticket. James Roland joined with Josh Larson, Scott Hawley, Eli Hawley, and, of course, Jake Bachhoven, our master of buttons over here banging the board. We're back in for, I guess we'd call it turn 2 on the finish line. I want to talk a little bit with Josh about broadcasting, you know. Not only do you kind of run the show out there at Star City BMX, but they also stick a microphone in your hand and you have to do the PA address on that. So kind of take us through how a day at Star City BMX starts for you. Just roll us through the whole day.
I'll say a bunch of mispronounced names. Put it that way.
I think it comes with the turf, brother.
Oh yeah, it's fun. I really enjoy it. I always say I'm the worst candidate for it because I always joke that I can't read. I can't. I'm not a very strong reader.
You'd fit right in with Dan Taylor.
Yeah, and I have a little bit of a speech impediment, so that's kind of fun. But I really enjoy it because I love getting with the riders and having strong connection. And like I like giving people a hard time. Like Scott, he signed up late today, so I gave him a hard time all day about it. And I always find like little things that people will say to me. I'll use it on the mic, and so I really enjoy it. It's fun.
Give me a couple examples of that.
Like a couple years ago, my buddy Brian Paulson came up and him and his daughter race, and he's like, just Emma today. I'm like, just Emma? Just Emma. So for like all year I called her just Emma. I was like, just Emma, come in the corner 1.
Oh, that's perfect. How long do the parents ever get upset with you over that?
Probably.
I mean, you've been around the racetrack before. Sometimes it's not usually the kids that get out of line.
Oh yeah. The parents get pretty crazy sometimes, but they're all
believe
fun.
it. So Scott, you're getting into this whole buying bike stuff and everything. Take us through some of the differences. Like what is Eli start out riding versus what he's got right now? I know that the sizing was a big deal when we talked on the phone a little bit yesterday.
Yep.
Sizing's always been important for me on like mountain bikes and stuff because I'm kind of tall, so it's hard to find the right size bike. So what kind of steps do you have to take to pick and choose the right bike, and what kind of work do you put into it?
Well, I bought a bike from CycleWorks. It was a pro size bike. It goes mini, junior, expert, expert XL, pro size, and then XL, and then XXL, and there's like up to quad X. It's the length of the top tube on the frame, and other things too. But like with Eli's, he was on a pro size, and it was just a little too big for him. He's not quite a 13 or 14-year-old yet, so we got him an Expert XL. It's a smaller bike, smaller handlebars. He can do more with the bike. He looks better on it. Just more control. It's all about geometry, right? And in gearing, yeah, it's a pretty big game. It's just like them boys at Eagle. It just a little bit less money for sure.
Yeah, but it's still all about being a fine-tuned machine.
Absolutely.
So, are you guys wrapping your own spokes and creating wheels, or have you not quite dove that far in yet? Like that's coming in a couple years.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get there, but we found him a pretty dang good bike to get him really learning what he needs to learn and feeling what he needs to feel, and it's important at this age because, bad habits, you can learn them anywhere, but on a racetrack, you don't really want to learn bad habits.
Yeah, it's important to get through the bad habits and get kind of onto the good. Josh, you can touch in on this a little bit too. What are kind of some of the fundamentals that these kids and sometimes these adults need as they start getting into the world of BMX?
Biggest thing is like learning how to pump and having bike control and feeling sturdy on your bike. I mean, it takes a lot of practice, a lot of time, a lot of commitment to really to get good on your bike and feel comfortable. And that's kind of where Eli and Scott are at right now. They're just trying to get the fundamentals down and just keep working hard. I know, like Scott last week was asking me, how do you do that? How do you pull before a jump and lift over? I'm like, well, it takes a lot of time, but you got to try it and just keep working at it, and you'll get it.
Yep, I've been trying it.
When you say jumps, do you
last week?
Oh,
Yeah,
we can
tried
talk
to
a little bit
manual.
about crashing. Eli, tell me about your dad's crash.
He tried a manual on the third like
Third straight
roller. Yeah.
What is a
Third
manual
roller.
and what is a roller?
A roller is just like a little hump that you can like go over. That you have to go over actually. So manualing is just like a wheelie, but you hold it like over the rollers.
So like as you're rolling up the ramp, you're actually getting your front wheel off the ground to kind of set up for your descent.
Yeah, kind of. Well, actually, exactly. And he kind of like went off the edge and crashed.
I assume you guys use clips?
We're not
Not
there
yet.
yet.
No?
No, flat pedals.
Okay, I always wondered that because that was something any BMX rider that I've ever talked to before has always stressed the importance of clips. And like I rode a bike for the first 30 years of my life and never once even thought about a clip. I got on a friend's cruiser bike, and we'll touch on that a little bit too with the differences in bikes. But a cruiser to me is just a 24-inch wheels on your BMX frame. But I wore clips for the first time, and I don't think I was about that life.
Yeah, that's a big step.
Yeah. I want to talk about my crash in Omaha now. So.
Oh, you're riding in Omaha too?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do a little traveling on Fridays.
So, we were coming down the second straight. We were like right up against each other, and we were like trying to get off each other, but we just couldn't until like the turn, and then after the pump section, we go into the other turn, and he goes high, and I go low, try to get up underneath him, and my front tire keeps rubbing against his back tire, and then I just crash.
Flat on his back.
So that was
Yeah,
kind
it
of like
hurt.
rubbing fenders at Eagle. You
Yeah.
guys got together a little bit, and somebody got the fuzzy end on the lollipop, where it dropped in the carpet.
Yeah, kind of.
So you guys are racing Fridays in Omaha and Sundays at Star City. What else do you do with your time? I know you've always been kind of a sporty kid. So what do you do when the BMX season isn't going on?
When the BMX season isn't going on, I usually do like hockey, and that's about it.
Hockey and YouTube shorts.
Yes.
Well, let's talk a little bit about hockey. I mean, after all, we are 93.7 The Ticket, Lincoln's real sports talk. And last time I checked, hockey is a sport, and it does tie into racing. I can think of just one offhand. I know you guys have all been friends for a really long time. Derek Hall got his start doing the junior star stuff and Lincoln Star stuff. I think you did too, right, Scott?
Yep, in high school.
I will. Yeah. Well.
It'll be your third year.
Yeah. This will be my third year doing BMX. I mean, hockey, and I've been doing goalie for about a year, so that is pretty fun.
What made you want to get started with hockey?
I don't know. My dad just kind of said, "Hey, you want to try a new sport, hockey?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?"
And you'd been to the Stars games a couple times before
yeah.
that, so you'd kind of seen and known what it was about.
I've been going since I was like 3, I think. Right?
You've been going since you were in your mommy's belly.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean, the first time that I didn't get up to see you in the hospital, but the first time that I ever saw you, Mom and Dad brought you down to my race shop out on West O Street. So you've been hanging out at hockey arenas and race car shops and racetracks for as long as I remember. Your mom even sent a picture earlier today. I don't know if you would even remember this, but
you were interviewing me at the racetrack.
Yeah.
When I was like 4. I don't remember it, but my mom showed me.
Yeah, that's crazy. That I think that was, man, that's like 7 or 8 years ago today that I was interviewing you. That I was interviewing you then, and now you're here making your radio debut.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, it's crazy how time flies. So what are some things that you can take from hockey and put towards racing? I know you learn a lot about skill and sportsmanship from both of those things.
Definitely like the balance from being on skates all the time. It's really hard when you're doing it the first time, but after like 3 weeks, then you're like, I'm starting to get the hang of this. Let's just give it a couple more weeks, and then after a couple more weeks, then you're all set and like ready to get the stick down on the ground.
So when you got started with this compared to now, like, have you learned skating backwards and all that stuff? I know we talked on commercial that you're playing goalie now. Is that the first position that you played, or did you, with hockey, is it something where they kind of put you in different positions so you can learn how to react in different situations?
Yeah, they like to put you in different positions while you're young, but I chose to be goalie by myself because my friend was doing it, like my BMX. So yeah, his so we love to play hockey together, and he let me borrow his like goalie gear, and it was just a really fun time.
How'd you do this last hockey season? Because you guys, forgive me, Scott, I might need you to back me up on this one. You play like a whole season of junior hockey.
Basically, yeah. So I didn't get very many wins, but I got like 1 and 1 tie. But we didn't have the strongest team offense, but I still had fun doing it though.
I believe it. So, Scott, you also got into the hockey thing. Maybe just from an older standpoint, what are some things that you were able to take from hockey and put towards racing, whether it's BMX or your time out at Eagle?
From hockey to racing, I think they're both pretty intense sports.
Yeah.
You got it in a high school setting. I'll mention Derek again. At practice, he always told me, "Don't be looking down with your head, or else I'm gonna check you." And sure enough, he did. I think taking things like that from hockey would be, you going into the starting gate out at Star City. You want to be ready. They call it. You got to have a routine. And you should have already visualized what you're going to do, and you should have already known who you're going to be racing against, just like you would at Eagle. You got to pre-plan a lot of things, and you just you want to really just kind of go out and give it all you can.
Can you, or maybe Josh would, he's got a couple more laps around the place. But first, I want to talk a little bit about the starting gate. Is that something similar as to what you'd watch on like a supercross or motocross events where it's like a drop gate, or do you just fall at the line? And to make that even more complex, can you take us through a lap at Star City?
So yeah, it's kind of similar. If you think about motocross, the gate actually falls towards you in motocross. So our gate actually falls away. So you actually put your front tire against the gate, and we actually have what we call a gate snap. So when the gate drops, we're not just waiting for the drop and go. We actually have this whole motion of how we throw our body into our handlebars and push out on our bike to get a good snap. And BMX, having a good gate snap is like one of the most important things. I mean, it's like just like jumping line off of a restart at Eagle. You can't just sit there and wait for everyone else to go. You want to be ready to stomp on that pedal.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
It's going,
BMX.
you got to go.
Yeah, and so it's all mental. I always say like a good gate snap is 80% mental. I mean, once you get your gate form down and everything, it's all mental after that.
So after that gate drops, run us through a lap around Star City.
So Star City, our track's about 1,200 feet long. So you basically go down the first straight. We got about two big obstacles, a huge first corner. And you come out the second corner. The second straight, you got two split straightaways. So you got a left side that's for anybody. It's just a bunch of doubles and stuff. And on the right side, we call it a pro set, or we actually nicknamed the Dean section after a fellow rider that we lost a few years ago named Dean Bush. And the pro set is more
cool
for
honor.
Yeah, and it's more of an experience section that you have to jump. You can't just roll it; you have to jump it. And after that, you come to the second corner. You come out, and the third straight at typically any BMX track is a rhythm section, and that's key because like the first and second straight, you're trying to get pedals in between the jumps and everything. A rhythm section is really hard to get pedals in, so you have to know how to pump. Like we were talking about earlier, you got to know how to move your body with the bike and get over jumps. And rhythm section, so you have to pump your way through. You can't just pedal. And that's why we call it a rhythm section.
Can you break down pumps a little bit more? I've got some friends that do trials bike stuff, and they're starting their kids off on, I think they moved up from Strider bikes, and now they're going to what's called a pump track. And I've never once seen a pump track in my life.
Well, you're about to. We're actually building one right next to Star City BMX as we speak. So yeah, it's pretty big. So pump tracks are basically a giant rhythm section, is what we call them. There's not a lot of pedaling. You're supposed to be able to just keep your speed off pumping and moving your body with the bike and getting pushes off your bike to get through the section. So yeah, it's. I can't answer your question.
That's all right. At least you're honest. No, that's this stuff is all new to me, and something that the more that we sit here and talk about it, the more I kind of think that I want to try it out. So if somebody does come out, I know you've got loaner bikes and helmets and everything. How does a person really get ready to jump into competition? Is there like training, or how does one roll into that?
Well, there's like a 6-week rider league where you can come every Tuesday for like $120, and it's actually really fun to do. And the races usually are about $12 per person.
That's a good entry fee.
Yeah, it ain't bad.
So you go through a 6-week rider course. Take us through a little bit of that, Scott.
Eli and I, that's how we started. I was going to put him in it, and he told me, Daddy, you can do this with me. And it's 6 weeks. They kind of teach you the ins and outs of the track and how to get through it. Then after that 6 weeks, you get your certification to race, I think, at any track in the USA, right? USA BMX. And then after that, you can come race weekly if you want, or I guess if you don't, that's fine too. But at least you tried something new. I think just doing that alone sparked a really big interest for Eli. The very first day, he rode the track 2 laps, and we were standing on the hill together. He looked at me and he said, "Dad, I think I'm gonna want to do this competitively." And I said, "Yeah, I knew that was coming."
Yeah, you've always been kind of a competitive kid.
He gets his mind on something, he wants to do it.
That's good. There's, me being the old timer around here, I'd say that this new generation just ain't got that, but you've definitely got it. Speaking of got it, I think we're going to get ourselves on to our final break. Make sure you join in with us. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, the Allo Channel 961. The comment section is open. If you've got any questions for these guys, make sure that you type them out, and we will get to them right when we get back from break. You're listening to The Finish Line on 93.7 The Ticket.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Tune in to live coverage of Big Ten Media Days from the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, July 22nd through 24th on 93.7 The Ticket. Join Derek Pearson, Jay Foreman, Nick Sainert, and Austin Orman as they bring you exclusive conversations with Big Ten coaches, players, and sports media professionals while getting you ready for the upcoming college football season. Big Ten Media Days coverage is presented by Advanced Medical Medical Imaging, Stevenson Smith Construction, Currency, Warhorse Casino, Gary Michaels Clothiers, and League One Volleyball.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks. Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Back to the finish line with Bree Marie and James Roland on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the finish line, race fans. Joined here once again with Eli Hawley, Scott Hawley, and Josh Larson. We've talked a little bit about hockey. We've talked about some BMX stuff, and we've talked a little bit about Eagle Raceway. Eli, what's one of your favorite things about Eagle Raceway? I see you out there quite a bit.
One of my favorite things about Eagle Raceway is probably like there's a huge community of people and kids that just like to go out there, hang out, play. So
You hang around with Leo McNeil a little bit.
yes, I do.
I saw you. You came up to the booth the night that he got to call his dad's race. So running around with Leo, he's a pretty good kid. Before I knew what was all set in stone today, I thought about having him come on too, but I think we're going to do a different episode, another little salute to the Carters. So something that I ask most every guest, and I'm probably going to ask you guys too. What's your favorite concession item at Eagle? What do you like to eat?
I know.
That's a tough one. The big pickles.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, probably because pickles are my favorite vegetable in the world.
Yeah, that's a pretty good vegetable. But does it really count as a vegetable when a pickle's just a cucumber that's been pickled?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Have you been out there since they started doing the pickle juice shots to help keep people hydrated?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got cut off by a papa.
I heard that. Yeah. What was your max number? 14?
Like 10, I think.
Man, 10 might still be too much, but at least you had the excuse. Well, Dad, I'm getting hydrated for tomorrow.
Yeah.
That is true.
Scott, what's your favorite thing to grub on at Eagle?
Oh man, I can't be at the racetrack without just getting a racetrack cheeseburger and French fries from Eagle. I have to.
Man,
that or gizzards.
Gizzard.
You're a gizzard guy?
I like
them.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, being at Beatrice all the time, I always catch a hard time for not getting gizzards. And I'm not against gizzards at all, but I've eaten cheese fries at Beatrice Speedway for as long as I can remember. and gizzards, like now that I know that you like them, I'm gonna have to start finding you because I really like gizzards with cheese, but I only like 3 or 4 of them, and then I'm about done. I don't need a whole boat. Yeah, everybody seems to like the. Jake, do you like gizzards?
I do not. Sorry.
All right, I wasn't sure. You never know because it seems like most people outside of the racing and I don't know if there's any other sporting events that have gizzards, but they're definitely pretty popular around the racing world. Speaking of gizzards in B-Town, big shout out to Troy for tuning in tonight. One of the tow crew guys from down at Beatrice. He tunes in and watches us every Sunday night, and we definitely thank him for his support. Josh, we left you out. Were you over there thinking over your favorite thing at Eagle?
I'm with Scott. I like the good cheeseburger from Eagle. Yeah, but when I was a kid, I swore that Eagle had the best hot dogs. I used to crave them as a kid. I couldn't wait to get the Eagle and get a good hot dog.
I don't know. There's something special about a hot dog, and I know we use the red ones, which are like if I'm grilling a hot dog at my house, it's gonna be a red hot dog. But what's special about Eagle, and if you haven't tried it yet, our Polish dogs are actually deep fried, and they are out of this world. I'm telling you, try them out because we got all the fixings over there too. If you like onions, or I don't think we have relish, but we've got onions, jalapenos, pickles, sauerkraut. You got a lot of options to put on your stuff. And like my cheeseburgers at Eagle, it's mustard, jalapenos, and sauerkraut every time.
Okay.
That sounds about what I would get.
Pile
but
on the
without,
pickles.
Yeah. Pickles, jalapeno, mustard, then that's it.
All right, good to know. So going to the future, obviously you jumped into this BMX stuff for the year. I mean, maybe we should talk about your weekend a little bit. I heard you clean swept.
Oh yeah. Actually, that was just today.
That was just today. So how did Friday go up in Omaha?
Ooh, Friday. That was the day I crashed.
Oh, all right. That's why you've been avoiding it. Didn't want to talk about the wreck and wanted to talk a whole bunch about winning.
But I was the one who actually introduced my wrecks.
All right. All right. I'll give you that. What's something that goes through your mind when you crash? Like, do you have time to think as you're falling? Do you just say, oh no?
No, you don't have time to say anything at all. But like the first thing that goes through your mind is like, oh, this is gonna hurt. I hope I don't break anything.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I'd be worried about. Well, I'll tell you about my hardest lick ever on a bike. And it's a good lesson in paying attention. I was probably, I don't know, 14, 15 years old. And I got permission to go to my friend's house. Now, mind you, I lived, let's see, how can we compare this spatially? My friend lived off of like 40th and Normal. Your mom probably goes there for the scooters. Your dad probably goes there for the jet splash. I lived off of 46th and basically Pioneers over by the Goodrich Dairy and Little Caesars. So I got permission to go to my friend's house and I took off just hauling the mail. Well, on the backside of Southeast High School there on 40th Street, there's a parking lot. And I was just trucking on down the sidewalk just as fast as I could go. And then out of nowhere, this mailbox just appeared.
Dang.
And I don't remember how many times I saw dirt sky, dirt sky, dirt sky, dirt sky, dirt sky, but I landed in 40th Street. And yeah, I don't remember how badly I was beaten up, but I did not ride my bike the rest of that day.
Yeah. Same thing with my crash at Omaha. I was done for the day.
That was his first big spill
Oh,
of his
yeah.
life.
Oh, yeah?
And it was very shocking to him. And I know
it was a little shocking to you too, huh?
Yeah, I was in the starting gate and I had to drop my bike and run over to the far side of the track and pick him up off the ground. There's actually a picture on Facebook of me carrying him on my shoulder. He walked about 3/4 of the way to the truck and he was slowing down pretty drastically, so I picked him up.
It hurt a lot.
I bet it did. Yeah, the crashing part isn't much fun, but then you managed to come back and rebound a day, and pick up the clean sweep. I guess we really didn't touch on it, but your format. So do you guys do like a heat and a feature, or how did your Sunday go?
So
go ahead, Josh.
Okay. So yeah, we have 2 heats in the main event, and depending on how many riders you have. So if you only have 3 riders, like Eli had today, we do a total point system. So that means you collect points for every race you get. It's like first gets 1 point, second gets 2 points, and so on too. And then the lowest points wins. So like Eli, he won all 3 rounds. So he got a clean sweep. And then outside of if you have 4 or more riders as a qualifier, so you got to qualify to the main event. So if you have 4 riders, you take 1 out of the first round, 2 out of the second round, you're left with 3 in the main, and then so on as you get more riders.
All right, I got a feeling I'm gonna end up out there next Sunday. I think you guys are racing next Sunday.
Yep. Oh no, we're racing on Wednesday night this week.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually have a big race up in Omaha this weekend, the state qualifier up there. So
perfect. We got about a minute left. If you want to talk about some bigger shows that are approaching here.
So yeah, just at Star City, we got pretty much just local racing till in and out. So yeah, this week we're racing Wednesday. Next week we're racing Wednesday, and after that we'll be back to our regular Sunday program.
Okay. And what time do you guys get started on Wednesday nights?
About 7:00 racing will start.
All right. Perfect. Well, I want to thank you guys all so much for jumping on here with us. Eli, congratulations on your early success in this newfound sport. Scott, it's great to see that you're not letting the old man in and still doing some fun stuff on a bike. And Josh, thank you so much for doing what you do for this sport and helping bring the next generation up through it. It's great to see you. You kind of remind me a little bit of Roger Hayden trying to get the next generation involved.
I appreciate it. Thank you, James.
Absolutely. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. You're listening to The Finish Line on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and